How's it going, YouTube? Oxy here, and welcome back. Got a different type of video today. Just me looking to the future and why I think that Xbox as a brand, company, is really making a comeback and potentially could be one of the, the main gaming, space. So, as most of you may know, obviously the meme is always Xbox has no games, that sort of thing. But recently, with the developer direct that they did, which all companies basically copied Nintendo, right, with their their Nintendo directs, right? Sony did their state of play, and now Microsoft is doing these directs, which I mean, kudos to Nintendo. Really smart way to really get the information out there for fans, like updates. We had a developers direct, kind of just showing off games, like the future of what we could expect this year, and I gotta say, it was really great. Like Hi-Fi Rush, for example, from Tango Gameworks, crazy. The people who made Evil Within and 2, and most recently Ghostwire Tokyo. They come out with the cell shaded rhythm hack and slash, or beat 'em up. Like, that's really cool. And yeah, the game's actually been a huge success. A lot of people love it. Gives them very what's the word? Like Jet Set Radio or Sunset Overdrive in terms of kind of visuals or the aesthetic. Yeah, the game's been a huge success because it was released day of, and it's just things like that where a lot of people in the past would criticize Xbox for not having games or a variety in that sense. It's cool to see that they're really coming. Of course, Microsoft has been going crazy with the acquisitions, right? Like, just what was it? Damn, is it last year? Yeah, last year, 2 years ago. Time flies. They acquired ZeniMax, right? Bethesda, all of it, which we can pretty safely expect most, if not all, of that catalog is, Microsoft exclusive, whether through Gamepass, you can be through your Xbox console, PC, even mobile, right? Like, Gamepass you can even get Gamepass, through an app on, Samsung TVs. Like, you don't even need the console anymore. So it's yeah, the space is just there now. They offer the largest ecosystem. So, yes, while it's understandable that franchises like Elder Scrolls or Fallout may now be Xbox exclusive, it's the where you can play them is still more than Sony or Nintendo ever would do, right? Nintendo's pretty much their console and that's it, right? Very conservative like that. Whereas Sony is they'll come out on a PlayStation, but then it'll take years to get that game on PC. They're getting better at it, truthfully, but it's still they get to do Microsoft, where it's day one, you get them anywhere. And it's I think that's where a lot of these other companies really should catch up on, is if you're trying to get these big numbers or get people to more people to try your game, get more people to come, it's grow that ecosystem, which I think Microsoft has done a great job at. And it's exciting, again, with the ZeniMax acquisition. You have the potential of all these upcoming games being exclusive. Like I said, Starfield, the big one, right? If it doesn't get delayed, coming out at the end of this year, with the whole, being the first new IP for Bethesda Game Studios, in over 25 years, because again, they're mainly known for the Fallout and Elder Scrolls franchise. Same with Elder Scrolls 6. So while that's probably years away, probably going to be an end of a generation game, right? It'll come out when the whatever Xbox 5, right, 5th generation would come out, in the PS6. That game's probably going to be an end of a generation masterpiece. The Elder Scrolls games are pretty good. That, of course, you have id Software, right, where they put Doom to rest for now, right, with the end of the Ancient Gods Part 2, right, the story. similar to Halo 3, where Chief is like going to sleep. They're putting the Doom guy to rest because at this point it's almost confirmed, but not of they're doing a Quake, whether remake, reboot, probably like Doom 2016, where it's a new game but in the same timeline. Maybe they even cross it with Doom, just like in the classic games. Like, so that potentially will be exclusive. You have all these other little side games too, like Machine Games, the people who are working on the Wolfenstein franchise. You have Wolf 3 coming, but again, they're also developing a Indiana Jones title, which will probably be exclusive. There was this game announced in co-developed or being developed by Avalanche Studios, the people that helped id Software with Rage 2. Fun little game, check it out. It's a great open world single player. And they do the Just Cause series. They did the Mad Max game. They have that game Contraband, which is like some heist type thing. There's just so much coming now that, like, again, the argument was always Xbox has no games, but it's like, yeah, it took them a while, obviously, buying all these studios. It's like they need time to make the games. But now we're seeing, like, the fruits of that labor. Like, games are coming out. And the future looks bright for Xbox. And yes, as I am part of that ecosystem, I'm just excited. I think it's good, just, competition is key, right? So it also helps Sony be at their sharpest. Because, the rule or what have you is always that, like, when you're on top, you become complacent, lazy. And Sony runs that risk, right? Of, like, because, yeah, by far they are the, like, number one when it comes to the gaming space, right? With a lot of their single player games being heralded as, like, greats, classics, which deservedly so. But it's nice to see Microsoft finally catching up and giving it, like, a run for its money. Now, do we need to see, like, games on that caliber from Microsoft? Absolutely. I mean, and you have other things too, like Halo and the unfortunate stuff with 343. And, like, how that, your poster, like, your icon, like Nintendo, Mario, Sony, I would probably say Kratos at this point. And then, like, Master Chief, it's like, it's unfortunate what's going on with that. But, again, the hope is that with all these new studios, like, we could see greatness. And then, I'm not even talking about the Activision Blizzard acquisition, which, yes, is having a little bit of legal trouble, right, with the FTC and all that. And Sony really not helping matters, but, like, really hypocritically, like, trying to be like, oh, it's a monopoly, when it's like, no. And you as a company were the one that was very, like, paying these studios to have, like, exclusives only on PlayStation, timed exclusive. And now that you're mad that, like, Microsoft, which again is much, much bigger than you, has a bigger wallet than you, could literally buy you, is like, buying up studios. It's like, nah, it's fair play. Like, they try to play fair, and it's like a bully getting mad at a kid that they're bullying, hitting them back. It's like, all those jokes is like, now we're seeing we're seeing the repercussions of that. But yeah, guys, just the future of Xbox looks bright. I'm very excited. Again, I mean, for me, it's like one game I love to see is like Rare, like Conker's Bad Fur Day. I love to see a sequel. There's just so many. Again, if the Activision Blizzard deal goes through, that catalog is humongous. Activision as a company is the first third-party developer, the oldest one, and it's literally the size of Nintendo, or at least worth, like, value-wise, it's a Nintendo-sized company, so massive. And no, it's not a monopoly. I mean, you have, obviously, Nintendo, Sony, the PC side of things, or Steam, Epic Games. There's plenty. And then mobile, iOS, Android. There are plenty of places for games to be made. If Disney, I know it's the movie industry, can buy Fox for $70 billion and get away with it, Microsoft is getting Activision Blizzard, no questions asked, which That's insane. Get World of Warcraft on Game Pass or just on like Xbox. Like that's wild. But we'll see, guys. Again, this is just me, just as an Xbox bot, if you will, consumer. I'm excited. Are you guys? Definitely going to keep an eye out for the summer, right? They're not going to be at E3, neither will Sony or Nintendo, so it's like, why watch at that point? But we all know around the summertime, each company is going to do their own, like, big reveals. I'm hoping we get that first look at that id Software game, that Quake reboot. That I'm definitely, like, excited for. And hey, something new. That's one thing. It's like Microsoft, you know, you have your franchise, definitely work on them, make them better. Or Fallout New Vegas 2. They own Obsidian and Bethesda. They could do it. Yeah, new IPs, you know, give us more of Avowed or these games that got announced and we haven't seen much. Perfect Dark, I know that's been having trouble, but we'll see. But that's it, guys. It's just Xbox is really, you know, they're getting the wheels going. Game Pass is doing great. They made the most money ever in the history of Xbox in like the last 3 months. So yeah, I mean, that pays to be the Netflix of gaming, right? Like the first. Because people always say Netflix is dead, but then when they have a new show like Wednesday or something, it's the number one like most streamed show of all time when it comes out. So yeah, kudos to Xbox. I'm excited. Hopefully, you know, some new games for all of us to play. But that's the video. Are you in the Xbox ecosystem? Will you be checking them out? I mean, again, with all these acquisitions and more to come, by the way. That's what people forget. It's like, they're not stopping here. Like, it's going to get to a point where it's like, if you're not in the Xbox ecosystem in some way, you're really missing out. But we'll see. That's the video, guys. I hope you enjoy. If you like this type of content, I make new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. And please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. And as always, everyone, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care, and I'll see you next time.